So I would just blame this current lack of videos on laziness, but the other thing I should actually point out is I'm not entirely sure if I've pointed this out either on this channel or on the other channel. I'm almost certain it's not on the other channel, except maybe in the description of one of the LP videos. Uh, if it hasn't been okay, just to point out right from the start, I moved house a couple of weeks ago. I mean, a couple of months ago, and since then, every time I've tried to upload a video, it's like been really slow. It's like she slowed up my internet a considerable amount, and it's taken like 2 hours just to upload a video that's about 200 megabytes in size, and that is abysmally slow. That's kind of what's been putting me off of doing videos such as this. But I felt like I actually had to do this, so once I got up the botheredness to actually do this, I was going to do it because this Deskbot list took me to third place at my locals on last Thursday. Um, and I would actually probably consider it my luckiest top three finish ever, if not for the fact that there were only 12 people, including myself, and there was no like tier one meta. The closest thing to meta at that locals was a couple of Cosmo decks. I played two Cosmos and one just on that record. Won my first round against them, and then fourth round played them again and lost. Aside from that, not much else to really say. I finished 3-1-1 and got the third place finish. My one draw going up against UA OTK, which really shouldn't have been a draw. I misplayed really badly and left him with like 800 points. I could have attacked with a 1000 attack monster had I switched into attack mode and won that game. My other victories were against Mega Phantom Beasts, and I honestly can't remember what the last round. Oh, it was a Yosenju's with Star Seraphs. So, it was definitely all good fun. Got third place, but I'm going to admit this right here before anybody complains like where is this card you have to play in this deck. Keep in mind, I did play this. I did put this together the night before the locals. It was very much a haphazard deck, and by my own admission, this list is absolutely atrocious, especially in the extra deck. There are a lot of cards that many people consider staple to run in an extra deck for this deck that I'm not running, simply because I was too much of an idiot to realize, oh hey, this could work in this deck. So, just pointing out, this list sucks. But I figured I might as well show it off because I did get a top 3 finish with it, even though I was definitely consider myself lucky to have gotten it. Anyways, I'm just gonna go in numerical order for the Despots. 2 copies of Despot 1. 3. I actually wouldn't mind playing 3. Like I originally played 3 of each Despot, but I wanted to cut some out just because I didn't want to run too many monsters in the deck. I did have a small supporting engine that helped with synchros and other stuff like that. I felt like 2 Despot 1s was fine. It's a beat stick, it's a tuner, so it helps go into maybe about 70% of your plays. I don't know. Like you usually go into this with other monster effects as well. So he's very effective. Good beat stick, gains the 500 for each machine on the board. Then run the 3 Deskbot 2s. This was probably the most lackluster of them. Because I didn't really find myself wanting to search that much. I felt like I had too much search power in this deck. So if I ever built this deck again, I would probably go down to maybe 2 copies or maybe even just the 1 copy. The thing that was awesome with it though is that if you had one of these, you can machine get the other 2 out and get 2 searches. So that was a nice little bonus it had going for it. But aside from that, it really wasn't that grand. Although, if I'd switched my Deskbot 2 into attack mode, I'd have won game 1 against UA OTK, who proceeded to OTK me. And then the second game went into time, so winning that ended up resulting in a draw. 3 Deskbot 3 is absolutely pretty much relevant to everything in the deck. This is one of the centerpieces. It special summons a Deskbot from the deck, and it also jacks up your Despots to the tune of 500 for each Despot you control. It is a quick effect, so it can be used in damage step and whatnot. So I did a whole bunch of finagling in damage step plays with that, and it's also, when combined with Cyber Dragon, makes for a very easy to summon level 9. I was actually considering running both Trish and Mistworm. I opted for the Trish just because I probably should actually just explain that in extra deck because it's not really relevant at this point in time, and just moving on. 3 Deskbot 4, again, pretty brutal. This is actually a Towers out in and of itself. Its effect, it's got a rather longish effect. If it attacks, if it engages in battle, during damage calc, you can send a Deskbot from your deck to grave. That Deskbot's level is multiplied by 500 and then added to the attack power of Deskbot 4. So if you send a Deskbot 5, it puts it on 3k. If you special summon this off of Deskbot 3, it then grants you another, I believe, 1,000. So that puts it on 4k. 3,500 if you're going up against towers, but that's still more than enough to get over towers. So this is the towers out in and of itself. And when it kills an opponent's monster by battle, you get 2 more Deskbots as long as they are different levels from each other. So this is a good way to just get over a big beat stick and then set up your own sort of synchro play just to keep yourself board alive. This was the play, but then one of my misplays was actually what actually did, I think, cost me that game as well. Actually, no, that was a different game. Basically, like I could have had a Stardust play just by using this and getting over something. I didn't make the Stardust, and the opponent then proceeded to drop a Raigeki on me, which was very, very saddening. But back on the subject of the Despot 5, I'm only running the 1 because I don't have because Despot 6 is not a thing yet. This deck becomes infinitely better when Despot 6 comes out. That's in the next set. We're also getting Despot Jet in that set, which is yet another out to towers. This deck has so many outs to towers, it is ridiculous. Despot 5, so its only real purpose is to either be dumped from for Despot 4's effect to boost his power up, or if you are normal special summon him, he is a walking MST, so he gets rid of stuff like that. I actually won a game by I believe I tribute summoned this. Like I tribute summoned this once. I don't think it was against Deocendratrix, but I got this out and blew up my own chicken race, which then allowed me to just push over my opponent's monsters and swing for game, just because I managed to get this on the board. So that was really, really awesome to have. I was quite happy with that. Definitely would have loved to have run more than 1 though. I'll definitely be doing that in the future, because there was a situation where I was staring down a big beat stick. All I had to do was summon Despot 4 and get over it. That very next turn, I actually top decked that Despot 5, which completely ruined the whole thing. Like, I lost just because of that top deck. It was terrible. Now for the supporting cast, 2 Gigi Ogre, as well as 2 Ancient Gearbox. Gigi Ogre is designed to either Surge Box or cop like a Veiler to the face, so that I can then use it as material to go into Gigant, which would then search the box, which would then search another Despot. So Gearbox is also makes Wing Blast really good in this deck, because its only real other purpose other than being added is to just be discard fodder for Wing Blast and stuff and the like. Or you can just send it as a 2k bite, but I only did that once. Augur is also actually like really good. If you open Augur and Machine Dupe, you make this, you search your Gearbox, then search your Deskbot, then you can just Machine Dupe into the second Augur. You only really want to open Augur, so it might not be a bad idea to actually like run 3 of them, but I decided to stick with the 2, and I saw it more than enough. I actually saw it a lot of times in a lot of the games in my opening hand. And most of those opening hands also had a Machine Dupe. So it was literally just summon Augur, dupe, get the second one out, and then make Gigant with that. Because you want to be like aggro in this deck when you have the ability to drop big monsters. So you don't want to be using up your battle phase or anything like that. So it's good to open Augur, then Machine Dupe, get the other one out of the deck so you don't accidentally top deck into it when you don't need it. Let's see. How's the thing going? Blah blah blah. Oh, okay. That's still going, is it? Yeah, it's still going. Battery's almost low. Actually, what I can do, can this reach? No, it can't. Okay. Guess we'll just move on then. I'll try to be quick about the Cyber Dragon. This makes Trish, because if you special summon this and go for Despot 3, you can drop Despot 1 and there's your Trish. You can also drop Despot 5 with this and make for rank 5 plays. So if you want to make a Volcasaurus, that's pretty good. Aside from that, it's pretty much just beat stick, 21 beat stick, good purpose to summon. Anyways, that's all the monsters. For the spells, triple machine dupe. This is pretty much a staple in this deck. You go for Deskbot 3, get something out, get a big beat stick out, and then just machine dupe for 2 more Deskbot 3s. There is actually a play as well where you can machine dupe. You can go for 3 special 4. Use 4's effect to get, I think, 1 and I think another 3. I can't quite remember. No, it's a 3 and a 2. Actually, no, is it? No, it's a 1 and a 2, I'm pretty sure. And then you machine dupe, get another 1 on the board. You can then make Beast Barkion. Of course, I forgot that these guys were Earth Attribute, and so I never actually ran Beast or Barkion. So that's one of the really bad parts about this deck. But again, it's extra deck based, so it's, yeah. 3 Upstart for more draw power. 3 Chicken Game for even more draw power. This featured most prevalently in my round 5 matchup, game 1. We spammed the crap out of me and my opponent spammed the crap out of this. I then blew it up. I blew my last copy up and then managed to swing over for game, which was kind of awesome. Most of the time I'd side it out just because I didn't really want to have to deal with using Chicken Race like in time. So that's all I'm running for the spells. Not running any sort of support spells or anything because I just wanted to stick with stuff that was going to help me advance my game state. Traps is the 3 Wing Blast because you just discard either a dead Deskbot 2 or one of the Ancient Gearboxes to get shit off the board. To Breakthrough Skill for effect negation. 2 Mirror Force because it gets rid of shit. Torrential Tribute's the same thing. Bottomless, Warning, Emptiness, and Jar of Avarice. Jar of Avarice is actually kind of cool. I used this, I think, against Yusenju deck with Star Seraph, and that was it. Like it recycled enough stuff so that I could actually make the push for game. I think I actually put my Deskbot 5 back in, and then immediately summoned it straight back out to make that push for game, which was kind of cool. Extra deck. Oh, here it is. Played the 1 Guy Dragon. Pulled this a couple of weeks ago actually at my Sunday local, which was kind of cool. I wanted to have a reason to use it, and now I do. Then for my rank 5s, I played Durendal and Volcasaurus. I would probably cut Durendal. Durendal's good, but I'd probably be finding myself going into rank 4s more often than I would rank 5s. So I definitely wanted something to back up Gigant because Gigant was my only rank 4. So to have something like maybe Exciton to blow sharp or just Castel for general spot removal or something along those lines would have been a lot better. Now for the incredibly janky Synchro lineup. I'm running the Star Eater. It's the Towers Out. Leo is just Brutal Beat Stick. Trish, because it's so easy to summon in this deck. Scrap Dragon, Stardust for my 8s, basically just spot removal and protection. Clear Wing Synchro just to beat over big stuff, particularly if you're playing more meta, you probably get shadows, and so it's easy to get over Construct with this. Black Rose for blowing shit up. Goyo Guardian, that's one of my 6s. Psyhemus is one of my other 6s. I actually saw this in a pre-tournament game against Mermails. I had a match against Mermails. I saw it then. I didn't see it any other time. So definitely so this is definitely going to be coming out from Barkion because I was too much of an idiot to realize that the whole deck ran Earths. Primarily Earths, at least. Armadez. I don't want to cut this, though, for the Beast. So I'm probably just going to run this along with Beast. And then Arclight. I think I summoned this maybe once. I might actually cut this, but I wanted to have some sort of level 4 synchro to go into if I needed to. And Arclight's as good as any because of just the general disruption it can cause. Then for the side deck, I'm going to breeze through this as quickly as I possibly can because the battery's still going, but it may shit itself at some point. 3 Max C, which was awesome against Cosmo. 3 Space Typhoon for the general spot removal. Soul Drain, 2 Mistakes, just good once you've gotten your searches out of the way. So like if you go turn 1, open with this and you have the Augur play thing going, then that's cool. 2 Light Mirror, brutal against Cosmo. 2 Shadow Mirror against... This is basically geared more towards meta stuff, but I kind of figured that some people would be playing something that's a bit more related to meta, so I figured I might as well just side the Shadow Mirrors. They weren't necessary though. And then lastly, the 2 Iron Walls, because I was like primarily concerned for Infernoids because I just hate Infernoids with a passion. That's why the Iron Walls were in there. But they turned out to be pretty much kryptonite for Cosmo. And that is the list. Yes, it is a piece of shit. You don't have to tell me twice. I will definitely be fixing this up and possibly taking it to another Thursday local in the future, because this thing is actually, this deck proved to be quite a lot of fun to play, and thankfully my battery has not shit itself. I'm thankful for that. Oh god, the glare. Didn't really take the glare into consideration. I hope to god that they didn't cause too many problems with the X deck showing, but that's about it. I once again, I might as well just I end my videos pretty much the same as any other video that I do, so whatever. Cheesecake. It's, what the hell am I? It just, goodbye.